New this morning, results of a cost-cutting vote in Fitchburg, the impact on police services.
Plus, caught on camera, a speeding driver slams into a city bus in Racine. See the chaotic video and the charges a driver now faces.
And the local housing crisis. Madison leaders move forward with 3 solutions.
And a new look for the Madison School District. The reason district leaders wanted to rebrand. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Wednesday, September 10th. I'm Kyrie Lee.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thank you for tuning in. 80s in the forecast. It's like summer, reminding us that it's still summer.
Still here. Less than 2 weeks, but we still got some time. It's a brewing. I love it.
Eventually, my fall will get here, though.
Yeah,
it will.
But let's not rush it. Let's not rush it.
All right, let's get to Savannah. Something that you'll have to deal with this morning, possibly some showers out there.
Yeah, we've got those widespread showers now moving further into Dane County, Perry, Mount Horeb, Cross Plains, and just to the east of Arena. It is reaching areas as far north as Prairie du Sac. That is leading to a few pockets of heavier showers. That's the darker greens and the also yellows that we see just around Mount Horeb. A couple of spotty showers across the city of Madison. And then we've even got a little bit of hail that's west of Prairie du Chien right now. You can see these storms a little bit more prominent. That's going to continue to move east. We'll see 2 rounds of showers, this one that's moving in, and then those out behind Prairie du Chien. Some of these are fizzling out, not going to amount to a lot of rainfall, couple tenths, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch. The rest of the day looking dry, really. Once we get past about lunchtime, that's when we'll continue to dry out and clouds start to decrease. We'll talk about the 80s that are in the near future.
Thanks, Savannah. New this morning, the Fitchburg City Council has approved the reorganization of their police department.
The goal is to repurpose funds and staff to better align with the department's needs and priorities. As part of this change, the Fitchburg Dispatch Center will end operations. Dispatch duties will now fully transfer to Dane County Communications. The city will continue to provide reception coverage during business hours for non-emergency calls.
601 caught on camera in Racine, multiple angles of a terrifying bus crash. Take a look at this video as we take it full. You can hear the screaming passengers as police say Shamia Anderson crashed into the bus after hitting a Jeep. It happened last Wednesday, and you can see the moment that the bus driver slams on the brakes here as Anderson hits the bus. 2 other angles show several passengers bumping into each other and at least 1 passenger falling down. Investigators say 11 people were injured. Investigators also say Anderson was driving fast, swerving in traffic. She is now being charged with 25 felonies and 4 misdemeanors.
Turning now to a developing story out of Eastern Europe. Poland's military has shot down drones that violated their airspace during the Russian attack on Ukraine. This marks the first time a NATO country has shot down drones since the war began. Polish and NATO aircraft scrambled, forcing a temporary shutdown of Warsaw's airport. Efforts are underway to locate the drone wreckage. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been briefed on the situation.
Happening today, the Washington, D.C. mayor's office says the emergency declaration behind the federal takeover of its police force expires today. Without congressional approval, President Trump will be unable to control the district's police. However, some analysts expect the law enforcement surge and National Guard deployment to continue past today's deadline. And new numbers from Washington police show a drop in crime. Preliminary data shows homicides are down 60%, burglaries 40%, vehicle thefts are down 35%, and assaults are down 3%. However, D.C.'s tourism is also on the decline, and restaurants are reporting serving fewer customers. Experts estimate the federal officers there in the Capitol cost about $1 million a day.
The Supreme Court will soon decide the fate of President Trump's sweeping global tariffs. This follows a lower court ruling that the Trump administration lacked the authority to impose many of the tariffs under federal law. However, the Trump administration argues the tariffs are necessary to address trade deficits and pressure countries to end drug trafficking. The court is scheduled to hear oral arguments in November.
Turning now to more local news, the city of Madison is moving forward with 3 new proposals to address the city's housing crisis. The first would update existing height limits for multifamily buildings. A second proposal would address the city's lot size requirements. The third would expand the rules for allowing more homeowners to have backyard cottages.
These structures, the backyard cottages, provide opportunities for residents to age in place in the neighborhoods that they love, gives more people the option to supplement their income with rental properties, and they open up new possibilities for young people who might be trying to own their first home.
The Common Council is set to vote on those 3 proposals at its next meeting, September 16th.
The Madison School District has a new look. The logo features 2 pillars representing strength and foundation. A book sits at the center of symbolizing literacy as the cornerstone of education and democracy. The design is topped with the iconic Capitol Dome. Superintendent Dr. Joe Gothard says identity matters and they want students to be proud of who they are.
Our city's growing. We have 100,000 people expected to be here in the next 25 years, and we have to ensure that Madison Metropolitan School District has a strong brand, that people can recognize it and want to be part of it. This is a great place to live, work, and learn.
The district began working on the brand in March and spoke with stakeholders and students to finalize the design.
Well, comedian Nate Bargatze is gearing up to host the 77th Emmy Awards this Sunday on CBS. The 46-year-old Tennessee native became the highest grossing stand-up comedian in the country last year. He's also hosted Saturday Night Live a couple of times. During his appearance on CBS this morning, Bargatze discussed his plan to bring good, clean humor to the Emmy stage.
I'm sure we'll have jokes about shows and all that, or we will do that, but it's like to do it in a way that's not, mean or something like that, mean-spirited. It'll be fun to get in there, get on stage, get that first joke, hear that first laugh.
You can watch the Emmys this Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on WISC-TV.
All right, should be a good show. Seems like he has a different approach than maybe your average comedian.
He's just got this like slow, calm, chill delivery, very clean, but hilarious. I mean, if you haven't checked out any of his stuff, I recommend it.
All right. Well, let's check in with Savannah. Savannah, you've been tracking that radar this morning.
Yeah, we have 2 bands of rain. One is moving further into Dane County now, past the Mount Horeb area, close to the city of Madison, not quite there yet. And then we're also watching a band of showers kind of out west near Prairie du Chien in the Platteville areas. That is producing a little bit of lightning. You can see one brief lightning return west of Dundee, Iowa at this point in time. Those will move in. So we'll see off and on showers at least through about mid to late morning. As we head closer to lunchtime, that's when you can expect the rain to move out of here. The rest of the day looks pretty good, though. After that, we'll still see the mid-70s later this afternoon, and then there's that warm trend. We'll be back to summer-like temperatures as early as tomorrow, and then well into the 80s by the weekend.
All right. Thanks, Savannah. Coming up in your morning sports, the Packers are eyeing a perfect 2-0 start. They'll have to beat the Washington Commanders tomorrow, though, in a short week. We're going to hear from some of the players, hear what they think about playing on a few days off.
Also ahead, we're working for the weekend in the 608. I'll have your 3 things to do coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:10, we're back with medical news now. You might face some challenges if you're planning to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine. The FDA approved the vaccine prescription-free, but only for people 65 and older, and for those with certain medical conditions. The owner of Fitchburg Family Pharmacy says new vaccine guidelines still have to be approved by the CDC's panel on immunizations. That's required for pharmacies in the state to administer without a prescription.
I think that one solution to this problem would be for the state of Wisconsin to put out a standing order that would specify who and who could get the COVID vaccine.
So that CDC panel is set to meet on September 18th. What they could decide, though, is up in the air because HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. fired all members and replaced them with vaccine skeptics. Their decision will also affect if insurance companies cover the vaccine. In the meantime, it's recommended to talk to your doctor and have patience with pharmacists who are trying to navigate the new requirements.
The keto diet may have benefits for your mental health. Research from Ohio State University looked at college students and found after 10 weeks of following the ketogenic diet, participants had a 70% decrease in depression symptoms. The students also lost weight and performed better on cognitive tasks. The keto diet focuses on reducing carbs with a higher fat and moderate protein intake.
6:12 now. It's only Wednesday, but it's never too early to start working for the weekend in the 608.
Our Josh Prider joins us now in studio to help us plan ahead. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Never too early to think about it, and I'm off the rest of the week after today, but of course I could not leave you without giving you your 3 things to do this weekend, so let's get right to it this morning. First up, the Wisconsin Dells is gearing up for the Wazawa Days this weekend. Wazawa means fun time in native Ho-Chunk. The Fall Festival is filled with free family activities, including an arts and crafts fair, antique flea market, Maxwell Street Days, live entertainment, and a 100-unit parade. While Wazawa Days happens every year the second weekend after Labor Day, the event runs Friday to Sunday. Also happening all weekend long, Walktoberfest returns to Waunakee with plenty of food, beer, and fun. This will be their 21st annual German celebration. There are events happening for the whole family Thursday through Sunday across the village. And last but not least, the 5th annual Monarch Festival is happening on Saturday in Oregon. This event runs from 9 a.m. to noon at the outdoor classroom between Netherwood Knoll and Prairie View Elementary Schools. There will be hands-on activities for the whole family, including crafts and a scavenger hunt. Organizers say this is a great way to learn about pollinators and why they are so important. For more happenings this weekend in the 608, just go to channel3000.com as we'll be marking the halfway point of September. Where is time going?
Yes, the halfway point, but it's not going to be feeling like it.
I know.
The 80s.
Summer in September. We knew it wouldn't be done yet. There's always that stretch.
Yes, I'm happy about it. I'm not sure about you, but I'm here for it.
I like it. You know, I like to have the 80s stick around, more lake weather. Keeps the lakes warmer, otherwise they cool off too fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You see that? We don't need the lakes cooling.
I do like the cool mornings, though. Like, there's something about it.
Isn't it? There's just something about it, that crisp in the air.
Oh my gosh. Sleeping with the windows open, it is a mood booster. Like, this last week has been incredible, but I have a feeling that air conditioning is going to be going for a lot of people again.
It's going to be brewing.
Sure will.
All right.
Josh, thanks, buddy. Got an idea for Josh? Something inspirational for him to share? Let him know about it.
Well, we know who else is down for the temps, but right now we're tracking a little bit of rain in the area.
I know, this can all get out of here. We won't see this all day long. We're just waking up with a little bit of rain across Dane County. And it's not super heavy, but there are pockets of heavier showers. That's the darker shades of green. But the heaviest rain, that's out across Iowa, west of Prairie du Chien. You can see the yellows and oranges. We were seeing a little bit of hail and a few lightning returns on radar. That's going to move in Madison and the Dane County area by about 9:30. So some of these showers fizzling out, but I do think we'll have scattered showers that take us until about mid to late morning. That was about 9:30. Clouds still in place for the lunchtime hour, but I don't think we'll still have rain, and then skies gradually clear the rest of the day. Temperatures overnight expecting to fall once again into the mid-50s. So that's what we'll wake up with tomorrow, and lots of sunshine. Thursday's looking really, really nice. We're not tracking any rain and still low humidity today and tomorrow. That'll change over the weekend, and that's when our better rain chances are going to come about. That's when it'll be more widespread at least, and everyone has a decent chance of seeing a little bit of accumulating rainfall. This is where we sit this morning. Almost 60 in Monroe, 55 in Madison, still 61 in La Crosse, and 55 the current temperature in Wisconsin Dells. Later this afternoon, temperatures rise. 75 will be our forecast high with gradual clearing taking place. Winds, they're not going to be a big factor this afternoon. That was a different story the last couple of days. We have 11 days of summer left, 12 days until fall. That's here September 22nd. But we've got a ridge building across the country, and this is going to keep summer-like temperatures around for not only us, the Great Plains, but the majority of the country is actually going to experience well above average temperatures. And that's not only for this weekend, but even after that. I think areas across Colorado and the Pacific Northwest start to see low pressure break down, or high pressure break down, low pressure move in. That'll cool those areas down at least a little bit. Might see temperatures cooling down towards the middle to end of the month, but we've got warm above average temperatures at least through the next 10 days. All of those are above average today. That's just near normal, but then we've got that really warm stretch, several 80s in a row.
Hey folks, let's talk sports. Brewer is going to have to step up today to get back in the win column. The Red Hot Rangers shut them out on Monday, and last night Texas had their number again. Highlights from our sister station, Television Wisconsin. Top of the fifth, Willie Contreras driving in a pair to give the Crew a 3-1 lead. But that is all Milwaukee could muster. Texas got 4 in their half of the 5th to hand Milwaukee its second straight loss. Game 3 of the series is this afternoon at 1:35.
And the Wisconsin Badgers women's volleyball team faced off against the Milwaukee Panthers at the UW Fieldhouse last night. We start with the first set. Grace Egan served and fired it over to Milwaukee with no response. Then we go on to later in that set. Charlie Furbringer sent the ball over the net. Milwaukee prepared to tip it back, but Carter Booth came from the middle and blocked it. Now we're moving to the second set. The Panthers served to the Badgers. Furbringer slid the ball over to Booth, who slammed it down. Wisconsin completed the match with a 3-set sweep.
Wisconsin Huddle returns for its 3rd season this week. Badgers getting ready for their big game against Alabama on Saturday. And we're bringing Wisconsin sports directly to you, the fans at home. We'll have exclusive insights from the players and behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. This week, wide receiver Tretch Kekahuna is the guest. First episode is scheduled to air this Friday at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now.
Turning now to the Packers, fans are gearing up for tomorrow night's home game against the Washington Commanders.
But tomorrow's game comes less than a week after the Packers shut down the Lions at Lambeau. News 3 Now's senior Packers writer Jason Wilde spoke with some of the players about how they feel about that quick turnaround.
Good morning, everybody from Green Bay. If it feels like the Packers just played a game, it's because they did. They just played on Sunday, and now they're going to play again tomorrow against the Washington Commanders at Lambeau Field, looking to go 2-0 on the season with wins over 2 NFC contenders back-to-back in a 5-day span. Talking with players on Tuesday, the question they were asked the most was, what is it more challenging to do? Come back on a short week mentally or come back on a short week physically? And the answer, of course, is both. It is a short week. The one good thing working for the Packers is that this Thursday game is not landing late in the season. It's happening after only one game, so they've not built up that soreness that comes with playing an NFL season. But don't forget, they have another Thursday game. They play on Thanksgiving in their rematch against the Lions, who they beat on Sunday. We'll have full coverage of Packers Commanders and everything leading up to kickoff tomorrow night at channel3000.com for free. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up for our Packers newsletter, which delivers our coverage directly to your inbox every single day. That's it from Green Bay. Make it a great day.
Jason, thank you. Still ahead, a rocky road to something sweet. We'll tell you about the brand new cookie Girl Scouts are adding to their lineup.
Coming up in our next half hour, we'll have new details into why a Green Lake man faked his death and went to Canada. Ahead, what he's now revealing to authorities.
And before we head to break, let's take a look at gas prices this morning. We'll be right back.
.623, we're back with a great picture from Andrew here of a shelf cloud. He's got the whole fisheye lens thing going on there. You see it well defined though, Savannah.
Yeah, definitely, and all that dark sky underneath. Really good picture.
Missed the opportunity to get a shelfie though.
Yeah,
Or maybe you can send it to
Nice.
Love to see that.
Thanks, Andrew.
Well, here's what's trending this morning. Sweet news for cookie lovers. The Girl Scouts are adding a brand new treat to their iconic cookie line.
I'm listening.
Here it is. The organization announced the arrival of Explore More's, which is a Rocky Road inspired cookie that will debut during the upcoming cookie season beginning in January. Okay. So the new chocolate cookie features a creamy filling with notes of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond, like flavored creme. And it's a nod, the group says, to the spirit of exploration at the heart of every Girl Scout.
Okay.
So this will be available for purchase both online and at local troop booths coming up this season.
Sign me up.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
Favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I'm a Thin Mint girly.
I
like
all
the
of
peanut butter ones.
Thin
Peanut
Mint
butter
girly.
patty. I like
Caramel
the
Delights.
caramel delights.
Okay. So you guys don't have a short list.
Shortbread. I like all of them.
You're Thin Mints all
Thin
the way.
Mints, that's it.
Are you the one that puts them in the fridge or the freezer?
Oh, it tastes better that way.
It does, yeah.
Absolutely, it tastes
It's like
better.
dessert. Oh, just
So good.
Chef's kiss.
now I'm hungry.
Me too.
Well, watch a camper keep his cool as a wild mountain lion casually strolls right by him in a California state park. So the man later tells reporters he simply tried to stay still, which he does. Watch, here comes the mountain lion now.
Oh my gosh.
And he's just, I think he's kind of startled
It
at
gets
first.
so close.
Yeah, no.
Yes. So apparently he did the right thing, because the California Department of Fish and Wildlife says if you encounter a mountain lion, do not run, stay calm, and do not turn your back on them.
Easy to say.
Yeah.
And they say you should face the animal, make loud noise, and try to look bigger. And if with small children, put them on your shoulders. And lastly, do not crouch down or bend over, or it could be over for you.
Can I go on somebody's shoulders?
Yeah.
Right, that would be me.
Oh my gosh.
My first reaction would be to scream, one, and to probably run for my life.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think you'd have to
don't
do like that double take. Like, am I seeing this
know,
right?
like-
Like sometimes I'm like,
Pretend it's
So
a small
surreal.
cat.
Right.
Yeah.
wild.
Crazy though.
Yeah. Well, we're tracking summer-like temperatures after the rain that we're dealing with early this morning.
This morning, the war in Ukraine reaches NATO territory as Poland shoots down drones. Why this marks a significant escalation.
He's a little bit perplexed as to why he took this path.
Plus, new details are emerging in a local case that has captured national attention. How and why a kayaker faced his death and left for Europe.
And the U.S. preparing to host a major international sporting event. How you can start scoring tickets to next year's World Cup. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrian Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. You've already made it halfway through the week.
Congratulations.
Yes, I mean, that's an
Halfway there.
accomplishment. You know, some people
What?
may be having a long week. So just to give you a little encouragement this
There we
morning.
go, home stretch. Let's get you out the door. Savannah is tracking some rain. Where is that this morning?
Yeah, guys, we're tracking the rain. I'll show the radar here in a second. Just want to show that that's not reaching the city of Madison yet. We do have some cloud cover, temperature at 55. That's exactly where we should be, and temperatures later this afternoon pretty much going to be what we had yesterday. We're going to see that second band of rain that's out near Prairie du Chien right now move in about 9 to 10 in the morning, and then yes, skies are still going to be cloudy for the lunchtime hour, but at least temperatures warm up to about 70 or so degrees. Here's the first band west of Madison right now, also just east of Mount Horeb, Cross Plains, not reaching Fitchburg, Belleville, or Wanakee yet, but we are going to see that. We're not going to see any thunderstorm activity out of this, just a few pockets of heavier showers. Those are darker greens, but out across Prairie du Chien and really southwest of there, that's where the heavier showers are this morning. You can see the yellows and even reds on radar. That's where a little bit of lightning returns are. Those are expected to fizzle out, but we will see those, like I said, between about 9 and 10 in the morning, and then clearing out gradually through the rest of the day. We'll have more on the summer-like weather that's going to return coming up.
All right, talk to you then. Now to a story that gripped the country. A Wisconsin man believed to have drowned in Green Lake, who actually faked his death and fled the country. We have some new details about how and why he planned to disappear.
After a month-long search for Ryan Borgwart, investigators uncovered he was alive through an in-depth laptop investigation. He communicated with detectives by email for about a month before finally returning home to the consequences. In a 3-hour interview, he explained how he abandoned his kayak, inflated a boat, hopped on an e-bike, then took a bus to Canada before escaping to Eastern Europe.
But he's a little bit perplexed as to why he took this path.
Yes, in the end, it came down to the feeling of failure in about every aspect of your life.
He is now in custody after a judge sentenced him to 3 months in jail. He is also to pay $30,000 to Green Lake County.
This morning, new details about the person arrested in this weekend's crash that killed 2 Marquette University students. A warrant says a 41-year-old driver who remains unnamed admitted to drinking high-alcohol IPAs before the incident. Sobriety tests showed 14 of 18 signs of intoxication. The driver has a previous OWI conviction from 2003. Blood alcohol results are pending.
New this morning, the Fitchburg Common Council approved a reorganization of their police department. The goal is to repurpose funds and staff to better align with the department's needs and priorities. As part of this change, the Fitchburg Dispatch Center will end operations. Dispatch duties will now fully transfer to Dane County Communications. The city will continue to provide reception coverage during business hours for non-emergency calls.
6:33 now. New data reveals a troubling trend. Fewer students are entering college with necessary skills. The national report card that we're showing here shows a slight decline in math and reading scores, their proficiency, since the last report in 2019. It shows the most struggling students are being hit the hardest. A professor at UW, a professor of education psychology, says that COVID school closures and teenagers spending too much time on screens are likely to blame. While the exact cause of the decline is unknown, though, he says getting students back on track will be more complicated.
It, again, is going to require knowing what levers need to be pulled, and maybe for struggling students in struggling schools, it may not be the same levers that need to be pulled for the upper level performing students who are declining also.
The next snapshot of college readiness among the country's 12th graders will come out in 2028.
Turning now to a developing story from Eastern Europe. Poland's military has shot down drones that violated their airspace during the Russian attack on Ukraine.
It marks the first time a NATO country has shot down drones since the war began. Polish and NATO aircraft scrambled in response, leading to the temporary shutdown of Warsaw's airport. Efforts are ongoing to locate the drone wreckage now. We do know that Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been briefed on the situation.
This morning, the Trump administration faces a tough choice between two key Middle Eastern allies. That comes after Israel launched a strike on Hamas leadership in Qatar. The president says Israel did not warn him about the strikes and that he is very unhappy with the situation. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defended the operation, targeting those he says planned and celebrated the October 7th attacks. Qatar called the attack barbaric and a violation of international law.
News sources claim the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, directed the National Security Agency to recall a classified Venezuelan report. They say the report related to one of President Donald Trump's special envoys. The recall came despite agency staff affirming its accuracy. The move has raised major questions inside the intelligence community. The White House and Gabbard's office have not commented on the reported recall.
Happening today, flags will fly at half-staff across the state. This honors U.S. Army Private First Class Leon Karwacki, who died during World War II. He died at 27, and his remains have been identified and returned to Wisconsin for burial. Private First Class Karwacki will be laid to rest with full military honors in Milwaukee today.
Tomorrow, Madison's police and fire departments are teaming up to give back to the community. It's the 14th annual Never Forget Blood Drive. The drive will run from 8:30 to 2:30 at the Goodman Community Center on Wabisa Street.
Blood donation is a great way that everyone can kind of be a community hero and a community partner. You know, as myself and my colleagues at the fire department see day in and day out, we go to emergencies where blood is needed. And this is a great way for everyone to roll up their sleeves and literally give life to members of our community.
Again, this is happening tomorrow on September 11th. Also, a couple of local charities are donating customized water bottles for those available. Those will be available for the first 140 donors.
We had a great kickoff to our Coats for Kids drive. Thanks to everyone who helped us pack the truck. Our total so far, 279.
Not bad.
Looking good so far. Our goal, though, is to reach 5,000 donations by October 4th. Many people in our area need our help to stay warm this winter, so we are collecting new or gently used coats in all sizes, but infant, toddler, and large teen sizes are needed the most. You can drop them off at any area Clinky Cleaners, and every item will be cleaned and sent to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County for distribution next month. You can visit channel3000.com for more ways to help.
Brewers are going to have to step up today to get back in the win column. The Red Hot Rangers are shutting them out. They did so on Monday, and then last night the Texas Rangers had their number again. Highlights from our sister station, Television Wisconsin 3.2. Willie Contreras here driving in a couple of runs to give the Crew a 3-1 lead. That is all Milwaukee could muster, though. Texas got 4 in their half of the fifth to hand Milwaukee its second straight loss. Game 3 of the series is this afternoon at 1:35. Badger women's volleyball in action last night at the Fieldhouse, taking on UW Milwaukee. First set, Grace Egan serves the ace, one of her 5 on the night. Later the same set, Charlie Furbinger sends it over the net. Milwaukee gets ready to tip it over, but Carter Booth comes out from the middle to block it. Great play there. Out of the second set, Panthers serving up here. UW's Furbinger once again with a slide over to Booth, who slams it down. Badgers win 3 straight sets. They travel to 21st ranked Georgia Tech on Friday.
Get ready. The first phase of FIFA World Cup ticket sales begins today. The Visa pre-sale draw opens at 10 a.m. for qualifying Visa card holders. The entry period closes Friday, September 19th. If you're successful, you'll be given a date and time slot to try and purchase tickets in October. Tickets start at $60 for group stage matches. Additional ticket draws will be available later that month.
So I've been looking into this. The North America is hosting the World Cup, and so we have different spots throughout the United States that are hosting. And the closest to Madison is going to be Kansas City if you're wanting to drive. Direct flights to Atlanta. We got a lot of direct flights to Atlanta, who's hosting some games, and to Newark's LaGuardia Airport. They'll have some games over in that region if you're thinking about it.
All right, so lots of options for people.
Yeah, a few.
Looking to see it right here. All right, well, let's check in with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's here with your first warn weather. What you got?
Well, we've got some showers, guys. That's north of Belleville, about to reach the city of Fitchburg. Madison, the Cross Plains area is seeing some lighter showers, and then up near Wanakee. That's the first span. We've got a couple of spotty other light showers near Stoughton, and then out west of Mount Horeb and near Arena this morning. But then we do have more showers near Platteville and Prairie du Chien. These two areas have kind of had that rain stagnant across the areas. Same with up near Wisconsin Dells. We'll see those continue to fizzle out. I do think they will reach the city of Madison, though, those second ones that are down behind Prairie du Chien and near Platteville. We're looking at that by mid to late morning. That's going to move in and then move out of here pretty quickly. Still cloudy at the lunchtime hour and up through the mid-afternoon, but we'll talk about the sunshine we're going to see later and how warm it's going to get as a result of it.
Savannah, thank you. Coming up after the break, after sparking controversy over their logo, Cracker Barrel shifts their plans, what they're scrapping.
And we're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning. I'll have your 3 things to do just ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. In your consumer news this morning, the co-founders of Ben & Jerry's want the iconic ice cream brand to operate independently again. Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield sold the company to Unilever in 2000. In an open letter, they requested that Ben & Jerry's be spun off to operate independently after a series of disputes over the years. They say the brand's voice has been silenced whenever it has tried to speak out on social issues. In response, Unilever said Ben & Jerry's is not for sale.
Finding a new job may be getting harder. Newly revised numbers show about 911,000 fewer jobs were added during the 12-month period that ended in March. The payroll revision is the first step in a yearly review of employment-based data. Each year, the Bureau of Labor Statistics looks at data from business surveys and tax filings to provide a more definitive job count. It comes as a new analysis of job data is also exposing which industries have the biggest job losses from tariffs. Job growth in the manufacturing, construction, and transportation sectors were hit the hardest, with manufacturing losing 78,000 jobs. The job losses in tariff-exposed industries has also contributed to a broader slowdown in hiring.
Cracker Barrel is halting restaurant renovations after backlash over a logo redesign. The company confirms rocking chairs, fireplaces, and gift shops will stay. The minimalist renovation was tested at just 4 locations. No update yet on whether their $700 million transformation, including new foods and menu redesign, will continue.
All right, 6:45, checking in with Savannah now, who's tracking some rain. Looks like it's entering Madison.
Yeah, we are seeing that enter the city of Madison. We've got a little shower, but then the west side and north side of Madison seeing that activity too. That's pretty much out of Cross Plains now, also moving into Fitchburg and Wanakee. We've got spread out showers though, those spotty ones, little dots of green on radar too, west of Mount Horeb, up by Arena, near Stoughton and Cottage Grove. Also seeing some pretty heavy showers. These have been stagnant up near Camp Douglas and Wisconsin Dells, and then Platteville and Prairie du Chien. There's a little bit of hail and a few lightning returns with that system that's just to the southwest of Prairie du Chien currently. We will see that move in for the city of Madison too. So I do think we'll see isolated to scattered showers continue up until mid to late morning. For the lunchtime hour, still cloudy, but at least will be dry at that point in time. And then slowly starting to clear out the later into the evening and early nighttime hours that we get. We'll wake up with lows in the mid-50s. A couple of us might be a little bit cooler than that right now. Lots of cloud cover out there, though. Showers are going to end early. The temperature around 9 a.m., 64, will top out in the mid-70s. So temperatures will be similar to yesterday. It won't be as breezy. The big difference is the rain that we're waking up to right now. 57 in Lone Rock, 55 also in the Dells. 60 now in Monroe, and La Crosse is held at 61 all morning long. They did have a few showers initially. Fall, we still have 11 days of summer, don't get me wrong, and it's definitely going to feel like it. But fall begins September 22nd. That's at 1:19 p.m. So 12 days from now. Here's the big ridge that's been building. That's going to bring not only above average temperatures for us and out west, but the majority of the country. And I think we'll still see that heading into probably about a week and a half from now into mid-September. So get used to the warmer temperatures. We'll see them, and you can see that reflect on the 10-day forecast too. We'll see plenty of 80s. In fact, I think we'll see about 6 days in a row, potentially some spots that top out at 80 on Thursday, but then more Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that'll continue into early next week. I just think our better chances for showers will return over the weekend. Doesn't look like a washout, but as early as Friday night into Saturday, and then if that front does stall, which I do think right now it looks like it will, that'll bring showers near the area again through Sunday night and into early next week.
Okay, so a few showers, but at least the temperatures are warming up for us.
Yes, so it won't be a freezing cold rain by any means. We can deal with that.
I can deal with that.
Yeah, me too.
I know, my fall weather is coming. We'll get more of it.
We had like a week and a half of it.
Yeah.
Now
every
that was a
season.
false
It doesn't
fall.
count.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, hey, Savannah's looking to plan your day. All you have to do is send us a video or a picture or email. Share where you live, and you can download it or upload it, whatever, to the website, the First Warn Weather app, Facebook Messenger, or just email it to us. You'll get it to us.
Yes, one way or the other. Well, it may only be Wednesday morning, but we're always looking forward to the weekend in the 608 on News 3 Now.
Josh Breider is live in studio to help us plan ahead. Good morning, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. So I'm off the rest of the week after today, but I couldn't leave without giving you your 3 things to do this weekend. So let's get right to it this morning. The Wisconsin Dells is gearing up for Wazawa Days this weekend. Wazawa means fun time in native Ho-Chunk. The fall festival is filled with free family activities, including an arts and crafts fair, antique flea market, Maxwell Street Days, live entertainment, and a 100-unit parade. Wazawa Days happens every year the second weekend after Labor Day. The event runs Friday to Sunday. Also happening all weekend long, Walktoberfest returns to Waunakee with plenty of food, beer, and fun. This will be their 21st annual German celebration. There are events happening for the whole family Thursday through Sunday across the village. And last but not least, the 5th annual Monarch Festival is happening on Saturday in Oregon. This event runs from 9 to noon at the outdoor classroom between Netherwood Knoll and Prairie View Elementary Schools. There will be hands-on activities for the whole family, including crafts and a scavenger hunt. Organizers say this is a great way to learn about pollinators and why they are so important. For more happenings this weekend in the 608, just go to channel3000.com. I've got a question for you two this morning.
Okay, what you got?
What is your favorite fall activity? What are you most looking forward to this fall?
Oh, definitely like the pumpkin patches
Pumpkin
and stuff.
patch?
Because you know that it always has a photo op, and the girls, they love that type of thing.
It is special.
Yeah.
Chris?
Walking into Trader Joe's and smelling those cinnamon brooms.
He has not let up on the cinnamon brooms, I'll tell you that. He's been talking about them for about 3 weeks
There
now.
is something about the smells of fall, though. Like, for me, it's always like that pumpkin spice. Like, we have the candle going in the house already with the fresh breeze coming through the house. It's crisp, it's fresh, it makes me happy. Like, you guys know I'm a summer lover, but there is so much love about fall, especially here in Wisconsin.
Is that your favorite thing?
Yes.
Okay.
That is my favorite thing.
Lighting that candle.
Baked
You have all the
apples
vibes
and
in your house,
cinnamon.
though.
Oh, yeah.
You have all
I
the
told
vibes.
Chris by Labor Day, fall had thrown up all over our house.
Yes.
So I go all out.
So you make it look good, though.
I try.
So, yes.
And then the day after Thanksgiving, you'll have the Christmas decorations up. Bam.
Yep, there you
Waste
go.
no time.
Everything's up.
Exactly.
Josh.
Thank you.
You bet.
Hey, Josh is always looking for inspiration to share in the 608. If you got an idea for him, reach out and let him know about it.
Coming up in the morning sprint, one local district is rebranding. I'll look at the newest design.
And if you had a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. 6:54, time for the morning sprint.
Hey, traffic update as you're heading out the door this morning. If you're heading west on I-94, the right lane just after State Highway 73 is blocked because of a crash. Right now, you're taking a live look out there. You can see that traffic is backed up. Be prepared for delays if you're heading into the Madison area.
Fitchburg Common Council approving a reorganization of its police department. The goal is to repurpose funds and staff to better align with the department's needs and priorities. It means the Fitchburg Dispatch Center will end operations, with dispatch duties now moving fully to Dane County Communications. The city will still provide reception-type coverage during business hours for non-emergency calls.
Poland's military has shot down drones that violated its airspace amid the Russian attack on Ukraine. This marks the first time a NATO country has downed drones since the war began. Polish and NATO aircraft scrambled, leading to the temporary shutdown of Warsaw's airport. Efforts are ongoing to locate the drone wreckage. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been briefed on the situation.
Israeli leaders say they carried out strikes against Hamas's leadership in Qatar's capital, Doha, yesterday. Qatar has served as a key negotiator in efforts to end the war in Gaza. White House officials say President Trump feels badly about the location of the strike, calling Qatar a close ally of the U.S.
The Madison Metropolitan School District is updating its branding. The new logo features two pillars representing strength and foundation. A book sits at the center to symbolize literacy as the cornerstone of education and democracy. The design is topped with the iconic Capitol Dome. District leaders spoke with stakeholders and students to finalize the design.
Today, flags will fly at half-staff across the state to honor U.S. Army Private First Class Leon Karwacki. He died during World War II at the age of 27. His remains have been identified and returned to Wisconsin for burial. Private First Class Karwacki will be laid to rest with full military honors in Milwaukee today.
We're dealing with a few showers this morning. They are on the heavier side, kind of out near Prairie du Chien. Platteville also seeing them, and we are seeing those across the city of Madison. 80 then tomorrow, very close to it. I think a couple spots could top out there. I just think it's more likely over the weekend. That's when our better chance for more widespread showers return.
All right, look at those tips. Savannah, thank you.
CBS Mornings is next. Our next newscast is at noon.
Find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+.